think my pressure washer might be burning a little bit of oil. Okay, so back on the dump truck again, and right now it is currently quite the disaster in here. But the reason this was on hold was I was waiting on like 3 parts. Just right here, some air line to fix a couple of connectors. They twisted the whole hose, so they had to be cut off. So I just got a whole roll of air line and then a couple quick connect fittings and this little blower motor. I'll show you this one. So here's the problem with it. Mentioned this in the last video, was this tab was rusted and broke off. I thought these would be hard to find, but actually someone sent me a link to it before I got a chance to even look. But there's cheap too. So here's a new one. So make sure they're the same. So let's put this in and see if our blower motor works. Now for the moment of truth. Let's see if the blower fan works with that new thing in there. Oh yeah. I figured it out. There is corrosion in the switch where I had it outside. Oh well. Okay, so that's good. Now start working on some air lines and stuff. It's time to install the most important thing on this truck, and that is this big, beautiful chrome air horn. So I actually wanted to get 2 of the great big air horns and have one on each side of the cab there. But yeah, those babies were like $300 a piece, and I'm not doing that. So we're putting these back on. Anyways, so guess I'll get this guy on. Get it on, I gotta drill a couple holes in the roof and pop this headline. Well, I need to pop the headliner down first. So basically it's just got all them little rivets there, and you just pretty much pull down the center and they pull out. Then there's probably a screw or 2 in that dome light, so check that out and get back to you. Okay, so got the headliner loose on this side. There you go, and it's full of mouse crap up here too. Alright, anyways. So now I can drill my holes where I want it, and there you have it, one beautiful chrome trumpet. We're getting it a little bit at a time. It's getting closer though. Went ahead and ran a new air line. I got the chain hooked up for the air horn, all that good stuff. So maybe tomorrow we'll get her fired up and see how she sounds. You can see I got this hydraulic tank off here for 2 reasons I took it off. One reason is that it's got this rust hole. I don't know if you can see it right in there. It's got a rust hole and it was leaking. And then the second reason is it don't need to be as big as it is, because I do not need 30 gallon of hydraulic fluid to run 1 dump cylinder. So I'm basically going to cut it pretty much where this line is. Actually, I might cut it pretty close to this drain. Then I got to cut this guy out of here and move him right in here. So I'm basically just chopping it in half, and that'll still give me like 15 gallon or something. And it's got the big pump on the front of the truck, so it's got to have a volume to keep circulating, or else I wouldn't even have it that big. This, of course, I could cut it on over and then just move the drain plug over. I might do that, because I don't want it that big. Yeah, I think I'll just do that. Anyways, it's about to get noisy. I'm gonna fire up the welder, plasma cutter, and the grinder, so let's get to it. got the drain plug welded on, and then this is the main feed for the pump, so I got it welded on. So the drain plug one, that actually turned out pretty around through there. Then this one, it's not too terrible. I had, right here's a little mess. I had quite a hole there. Anyways, so now I'm going to put the back on it, and it should be good. I wiped as much of the slag and crap that was in here from welding and grinding and cutting and everything. Get it as clean as I can, but I'm sure some stuff is going to get in here, and that's why this thing has 2 of these hydraulic filters. So I filmed the first part of this video right after we set this cab on, so that's been probably like a month or 2 ago. I'd have to look and see, but anyways, so from the footage, and we'll pick up right here where I shrink this hydraulic tank, and now I'm gonna see if it starts after changing all the wiring and everything. It should fire right up. And then we're gonna see, I got the dump bed hooked up, got some fluid that resembled hydraulic fluid in there, so we're gonna see if we can raise the bed after all this time and let it down, because it's been in the air for a while. Here we go. It might be smoky. There we go, looks like a truck again. Now that she looks like a truck again, I'll show you guys the inside. We got it back together in here so it don't look too shabby. Some rust spots where I had stuff sitting on the floor, but it's not too shabby. So anyways, I gotta build a center console for the switches for the dump bed and stuff, but that'll be a later project. So I'm gonna take this thing for a spin. Well, there she is. So this thing actually turned out pretty good. So at least it's running and driving again. That's a big plus, because we can get a lot of this dirt hauled out, and that is a big pile of stumps right there. So I gotta haul them out, and I got a place to get rid of them. So I got a lot more work left to do on the truck, but it's usable again, so that's a big plus. Well guys, that pretty much does it for this week's video. So at least I got the truck where I can use it now, so I'm sure you'll see it in a lot of future videos between hauling, you know, gravel and dirt, and we got all kinds of work for it. So we'll be putting it to work here very shortly. Need to redo the bed and stuff on it, but it's usable like it is, so we'll get it a little bit at a time. But anyways, you guys have a good day, and we'll catch you in the next one.